you realize how powerful you are? Like, really, think about it. Do you truly know how powerful you are? You see, one thing I have come to realize about resilience and about resilient people is that resilience is not just about getting stronger. You see, we've all heard persons say before to others, oh, you've got to get stronger, you've got to toughen up, you've got to man up. But I don't necessarily agree with that, because to say that someone needs to get something, it therefore means that they currently don't possess it. Rather, I believe that true resilience is all about recognizing the power which one already has and using it to fuel you through the adversity. That's why the book of life correctly states that greater is he that is within a person than he that is within the world. This therefore means, my friend, that no matter the challenge, no matter how big the obstacle is that is placed before you, you are already equipped with all that you need to overcome. You see, you are bigger than your current circumstances. And when we start to realize how powerful we are, we no longer focus on the circumstances that are before us. You see, rather, we will look inwardly and we will tap into our inner power, which we already have. So my question then to you is, if you are so powerful, then why is it that you go from day to day with those anxious thoughts constantly going through your mind? If you are so powerful, then why is it that you are so fearful? You see, for some of you right now, you may be going through a season of difficulty, a season of pain, a season of disruption. Maybe you are struggling to meet all of your commitments. Maybe your marriage is in a rocky place. Maybe your finances are going downward. Maybe someone close to you died. Or maybe you feel like you just aren't being valued or seen by those around you. But I've stopped by today to remind you to just keep moving forward. Because in the end, it is promised that it will all work together for your good. Yes, I know it may be tough. Yes, I know it may feel painful. Yes, I know you may feel like you are losing your breath and your energy, but you have got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You see, recently over the course of the past year, my mom and I thought that it was time for us to take our physical fitness to the next level. So we decided that it was time to challenge ourselves outside of our comfort zones a little bit by walking down and walking back up this long and steep hill that's near to us called Farley Hill. Now, for those of you who know Farley Hill, you would know quite well that this isn't a short or easy hill to walk. Nonetheless, we accepted the challenge. For the first couple of weeks, it was certainly a challenge for me, but we kept showing up week after week. Eventually, after a couple of months, it started to become a little bit easier and easier. So one day, me and my ambitious self thought that maybe it would be a good idea to try to run up a portion of the hill. And I thought to myself that certainly because I've been walking down and up this hill with some level of ease, that certainly it would be the same if I just tried to run up it. However, little did I know that that was not going to be an easy task. Clearly, to tell you the honest truth, I underestimated it. So one sunny morning last month, I started running up the hill, and in less than a few seconds, I felt like I was gasping for my breath. Like, my heart began to race and my head started to hurt a little bit. I thought to myself that maybe I should just stop running and just walk the remainder of the way. But for some strange reason, something on the inside of me was telling me to just keep running and do not stop. So I kept going a little further ahead. But yet again, as I was about to stop running and quit the second time around, this voice on the inside of me told me clearly once again, Kristen, keep running. Do not stop now. Finish what you started. So I kept running, one foot in front of the next, sweat dripping off my face, heart racing, head pounding, everything. After going a little further for a third time, I felt once again like just stopping. This time, however, to tell you the truth, I honestly felt like I was going to faint or pass out. But yet again, as clearly as I'm speaking to you today, the voice on the inside of me told me, you can't afford to stop now. You must keep the commitment that you made to yourself, Kristen. You are almost to the end. Just keep pressing on. And because I'm not the type of person to go back on my word to myself, I chose to keep on running, to keep putting one foot in front of the next. Eventually, after a couple more steps, a couple more seconds through the pain, through the discomfort, through the sweat and the tears, I finally made it to the top of the hill. And at that moment, I truly felt accomplished. However, when I got to the top, more than feeling accomplished, I learned a very important life lesson that day. And it was this. There will be times in life where you feel like you just can't keep going. There will be times when the circumstances you go through may feel painful, uncomfortable, and maybe even unbearable. But if you keep going, one foot in front of the next, sooner than later, you will reach the top. You see, the problem with stopping in the middle of the hill is that had I stopped, the longer I would have simply stayed in the middle of the hill. In other words, if you stop and you give up in the midst of the crisis, the longer you will stay in the crisis. But if you keep moving forward, the quicker you will get out of the crisis. I want you to always remember that. You see, for many people, they give up in the midst of the challenge. They give up in the midst of the opposition. They give up in the midst of the adversity, and because of that, they spend a lot more time in the middle of the crisis. However, had they just keep moving, they would have eventually reached the top of the hill. You see, friends, life won't always be easy, but you've got to keep putting one foot in front of the next. You've got to keep showing up, because as I firmly believe, the struggles you face today will help to produce the strength that you will need for tomorrow. So I want you to go there this week, and I want you to show the world how powerful and resilient you are.